When President Donald Trump decides to hold a private sports summit at Mar-a-Lago, nobody expects what happens when Cristiano Ronaldo walks into the room. What starts as a casual meet and greet between two global superstars quickly turns into the most explosive confrontation ever captured on video. What Trump says about soccer, what Ronaldo fires back, and the moment that leaves Trump speechless will shake the internet forever. This is the story nobody saw coming, but everyone needs to hear. The golden ballroom at Mar-a-Lago gleams under crystal chandeliers as Donald Trump adjusts his red tie and checks his reflection one more time. He's hosting what he calls a champions dinner, bringing together the biggest names in sports, business, and entertainment. But today there's one guest he's particularly excited to meet: Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese superstar whose global fame rivals his own. Trump has been bragging for weeks about landing the soccer legend, telling anyone who will listen that Ronaldo specifically requested this meeting. Ronaldo arrives precisely on time, black Ferrari pulling up to the palm-lined entrance. He steps out in a perfectly tailored navy suit, his confidence unmistakable as he walks through the ornate hallways of Trump's Florida estate. He's used to meeting world leaders, presidents, and celebrities, but something feels different about today. He can sense the tension in the air, the way staff members whisper and point, the way Trump's security detail seems more on edge than usual. In the private dining room, Trump waits with his usual bravado, surrounded by a small group of advisors and family members. He's rehearsed this moment in his head, planning exactly how he'll position himself as the alpha in the room. When Ronaldo enters, Trump stands with arms wide open, flashing his signature grin. "Cristiano," he booms. "Welcome to Mar-a-Lago, the most beautiful place you've ever seen. Believe me, I've been told by many people this is better than any palace in Europe." Ronaldo shakes Trump's hand with a firm grip, his expression polite but guarded. "Thank you for the invitation, Mr. Trump," he says in his accented English, his voice calm and measured. "I've heard much about this place." Trump immediately launches into his usual routine, boasting about the resort's amenities, the famous guests who've stayed here, the incredible deals he's made from this very room. But Ronaldo just nods politely, his dark eyes studying Trump with the same intensity he brings to analyzing opponents on the field. As they sit down to eat, Trump can't resist steering the conversation toward what he sees as familiar territory. "So Cristiano," he says, cutting into his steak, "tell me about this soccer thing you do. I mean, it's not really that popular in America, you know. We have real sports here: football, basketball, baseball, the sports that matter." Ronaldo raises an eyebrow but keeps his composure. "With respect, Mr. Trump, soccer is the world's game. Over 4 billion people follow it globally. It brings nations together in ways few things can." Trump waves dismissively. 4 billion people, but how many of them are Americans? That's what matters, Cristiano. America sets the trends. America decides what's important, and Americans don't really care about soccer. Except maybe when the women's team wins something, which, by the way, I always supported. Great girls, very talented. The room grows quiet as Ronaldo sets down his fork, his jaw tightening slightly. "Mr. Trump," he says, his voice still controlled but with an edge, "soccer has been bringing joy to people long before America became a superpower. It teaches discipline, respect, teamwork, values that transcend borders." "Oh, please," Trump interrupts with a laugh. "Teamwork? I built a business empire worth billions by being the best, not by passing a ball around with my feet." "Look, Cristiano, you're very successful. I respect that. But let's be honest. Soccer is what people play when they can't make it in real sports. It's like a participation trophy sport, very European, very soft." Ronaldo's eyes flash with something dangerous, but he maintains his composure, leaning back in his chair with a slight smile. "Mr. Trump," he says, "you speak about success, but tell me, what do you know about earning respect through excellence rather than just demanding it through power?" The question hangs in the air like a challenge. Trump's face reddens slightly as he realizes he's being questioned in his own house by someone who clearly isn't intimidated by his presence. "Excuse me?" he snaps. "I've earned everything I have. I'm a winner, Cristiano. I win at everything I do: business, politics, television. I don't just kick a ball around and call it work." Ronaldo leans forward, his voice dropping to a deadly calm. "Mr. Trump, I've scored over 900 goals in my career. I've won 5 Ballon d'Or awards, 5 Champions League titles, and led my country to victory in the European Championship and Nations League. Every single one of those achievements required years of sacrifice, discipline, and dedication. Tell me, what have you sacrificed for your success besides other people's money and reputation? The room goes dead silent. Trump's advisors shift uncomfortably in their seats, unsure whether to intervene. Trump himself seems momentarily stunned by the directness of the attack. Now listen here, he finally sputters. I've sacrificed plenty. I gave up my comfortable life to serve as President of the United States. I took abuse from the fake news media every single day for 4 years. You took abuse? Ronaldo's voice rises slightly, his Portuguese accent becoming more pronounced. Mr. Trump, I left my home at 12 years old to chase my dreams. I slept in a dormitory with 7 other boys, ate the same meal every day, and trained until my feet bled. When I became successful, the media in every country scrutinized my every move, questioned my character, and doubted my abilities. But I never complained because that's what champions do. They prove themselves through action, not words. Trump tries to regain control. Look, Cristiano, you're taking this too personally. I'm just saying that in America, we value different things. We like our sports big, physical, exciting. Soccer is what? Ronaldo interrupts, standing up from his chair. His 6'2" frame towers over the seated Trump, and for the first time in the conversation, Trump seems genuinely uncomfortable. Soccer is the sport that taught me everything I know about winning, about pushing myself beyond limits, about representing something bigger than myself. Trump stands as well, trying to match Ronaldo's presence but falling short. Representing something bigger? I represented the entire United States of America as president. I made deals with world leaders, commanded the most powerful military on earth. That's real power, Cristiano, not kicking a ball into a net. Ronaldo's laugh is cold and sharp. Mr. Trump, you commanded respect through fear and threats. I earned it through 20 years of excellence. Children around the world don't wear your jersey. They wear mine. They don't dream of becoming you. They dream of becoming me. And that's because I showed them that with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. The tension in the room is palpable. Trump's face is now visibly red, his usual composure cracking under Ronaldo's relentless assault. You think you're better than me? Trump shouts. You think because you can kick a ball, you're more important than a former president of the United States? Ronaldo's voice drops to a whisper, but every word cuts like a blade. I think, Mr. Trump, that you've spent so much time telling people how great you are that you've forgotten what greatness actually looks like. Greatness isn't about how loud you speak or how much you demand respect. It's about consistency, sacrifice, and lifting others up while you climb. He pauses, letting the words sink in. I've dedicated my life to being the best version of myself every single day. Can you say the same? Trump opens his mouth to respond, but no words come out. For perhaps the first time in his life, he's been thoroughly outclassed and he knows it. Ronaldo continues, his voice gaining strength. You want to know what real leadership looks like? It's showing up every day, even when nobody's watching. It's taking responsibility for your failures and sharing credit for your successes. It's inspiring people to be better, not dividing them for your own gain. The room is completely silent, except for the sound of Trump's heavy breathing. His advisors avoid eye contact, unsure how to salvage this situation. Ronaldo straightens his suit jacket and looks Trump directly in the eyes. Mr. Trump, you invited me here thinking you could impress me with your wealth and status. But I've met kings and presidents who understand that true power comes from earning it, not demanding it. I've seen real leaders who inspire through example, not through intimidation. Trump finally finds his voice, but it's weaker than before. This is my house, Cristiano. You're a guest here. You should show some respect. Ronaldo nods slowly. You're absolutely right. This is your house, and I am your guest. But respect, Mr. President, is earned through character, not demanded through circumstance. I came here with an open mind, hoping to meet a man worthy of the position he holds. Instead, I found someone who mistakes arrogance for confidence and noise for substance. He walks toward the door, then turns back one final time. I've spent my career being judged by the highest standards, and I've embraced that pressure because it made me better. Perhaps if you had done the same, we might have had a very different conversation today. With that, Ronaldo walks out, leaving the sitting president standing alone in his golden dining room, for once in his life completely speechless. The aftermath of the confrontation spreads like wildfire across social media. Within hours, leaked audio recordings surface online, and the internet explodes with reactions. Soccer fans around the world celebrate their hero's defense of the beautiful game, while Trump supporters attempt damage control. But the damage is done. The moment when one of the world's greatest athletes exposed the president's insecurities is preserved forever. In the days that follow, Ronaldo doesn't gloat or give interviews about the incident. He simply posts a photo of himself training with the caption, "Champions are made in silence." Meanwhile, Trump's attempts to downplay the encounter only make things worse, with each tweet seeming more desperate than the last. The sports world takes notice. LeBron James tweets support for Ronaldo. Serena Williams praises his composure under pressure. Even American football players acknowledge the Portuguese star's grace in representing his sport. The incident becomes a masterclass in how true champions handle themselves when challenged by bullies. Months later, when asked about the meeting in a rare interview, Ronaldo simply says, "I went there to represent soccer and the billions of people who love it. When someone disrespects what you've dedicated your life to, you have two choices: stay silent or stand up. I chose to stand up." The interviewer presses for more details about Trump's reaction, but Ronaldo just smiles. Some people need to be the loudest person in the room to feel important. Others just need to be the best. I know which one I'd rather be. The story becomes legendary in sports circles. The day Cristiano Ronaldo reminded everyone that true greatness speaks for itself, and that no amount of money or power can substitute for character, dedication, and earned respect. It serves as a reminder that heroes aren't always found in boardrooms or political offices, but sometimes on soccer fields, inspiring millions through their excellence and integrity.